Welcome to a short video about pool safety requirements for pool safety inspectors. In this video, we'll guide you on how to measure the height of a pool barrier where it runs alongside or is mounted on a stairway. Let's get started. Having the correct height of pool barriers is an essential part of restricting young children from entering pool areas. In this video, we'll show you how to measure the height of a pool barrier where it runs alongside or is mounted on a stairway. The same process applies for sloped ground. The pool safety standard requires that the height of any section of the pool barrier must be a minimum of 1200 millimeters. The standard also stipulates another two essential points. They are 1. That the fence height must be measured on the outside, and 2. That the height is to be perpendicular to the finished ground level. Looking at those 2 points more closely, measuring on the outside is reasonably straightforward. The outside of the barrier is the side that faces away from the pool. Measuring perpendicular means measuring at an angle of 90 degrees to the finished ground level, or in other words, at a right angle to the finished ground level. When assessing barriers on level surfaces, that means measuring straight up and down, vertical straight up from the level surface to the top of the barrier. For barriers running alongside or on top of stairs, or for sloping surfaces, the height needs to be measured at 90 degrees to the finished ground level. The finished ground level is defined by the pool safety standard to mean a permanent stable surface. It is a common mistake to measure vertically from the flat surface of the stair. This mistake can mean a difference in barrier height in some cases of 100 millimeters or more. Now let's walk through the process to help you avoid making that mistake. You'll be assessing the height from the outside. You will also measure the height from the outermost part of the step surface. This would be where your toes would be when you're walking down the stairs. The outermost part of each step is commonly called stair nosing. The nosing is the finishing stable surface below the barrier and determines the slope. The height must be measured perpendicular, that is, at right angles to the slope. This approach also works where the railing is stepped. The height should measure 1200 millimeters when arcing your tape measure from each nosing. In this scenario, you'd be measuring the height at various locations along the level surface on the outside of the barrier. You would measure at right angles to the stable surface below the barrier, in this case, straight up and down. Then, you would measure the height at the top step nosing and arc your tape measure around, ensuring the height is 1200 millimeters. Then, proceed down the stairs, measuring at right angles from the stair nosing and arcing your tape measure around to ensure the height is 1200 millimeters. Where the stairs end and the surface becomes level, you will then check the height from the flat surface to the top of the fence by arcing your tape measure around to ensure the height is a minimum of 1200 millimeters. You must also check and measure the height of any opening between the bottom of the barrier and the finished ground level to ensure it is no greater than 100 millimeters. A common mistake is to allow an opening larger than 100 millimeters at the back edge of the stairs. That is where your heel would be when you are going down the stairs. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video useful, there are more short videos for pool safety inspectors on the QBCC YouTube channel. For more information on pool safety, visit the QBCC website and follow us on social media.